What really happened to Flip from Street Outlaws? In the high-octane world of street racing, few names resonate as strongly as Flip's. A central figure in the early days of Street Outlaws, his legacy continues to influence the racing community. Many might not know a lot about this character, as he was only seen in the first season of Street Outlaws. A very sad event occurred when the show was starting to gather up steam, which was behind the disappearance of Flip from the show. Today, we dive into the life of Tyler Pretty, aka Flip, exploring his journey from a young car enthusiast to a beloved figure in the racing world and his eventual disappearance. Tyler Gene Pretty, known to his friends and fans as Flip, was born on November 30th, 1981, in Chickasha, Oklahoma. He was born into the family of Gene and Glenda Pretty, who likely supported his dreams at a very early stage. From a young age, Flip showed an intense fascination with cars and anything that could go fast. Growing up in Oklahoma, he was surrounded by a strong car culture that fed his burgeoning passion. As a child, Flip was known for his adventurous spirit and love for speed. His parents, although supportive, probably found themselves chasing after their energetic son, who always seemed to have grease on his hands and a smile on his face. By his teenage years, Flip's interest had grown into a full-blown obsession. He, however, didn't neglect his education. He attended Hinton Elementary and proceeded to Putnam City High School in War Acres, Oklahoma. Despite that, he still found time to spend in the garage, learning the ins and outs of engines and car mechanics. It was clear to everyone around him that racing wasn't just a hobby for Flip, it was his calling. In the beginning, Flip started by taking up different jobs to get by. He worked as a storekeeper and later got a better offer at Warren Caterpillar Construction Company, where he worked for 10 years. As a construction worker, Flip was able to save up enough money to fund his dream as a racer. He was able to get his first car, El Camino, with the money he saved from here. In the world of street racing, a racer's car isn't just a mode of transportation, it's an extension of their identity. For Tyler Pretty, that car was his 1980 Chevy El Camino. This iconic vehicle, known for its power and style, became a symbol of Flip's racing legacy. He got the car and put in the resources and time that was required to make it the envy of every racer. Growing up in Chickasha, Oklahoma, Flip was surrounded by a rich car culture that ignited his love for speed and mechanics. By his teenage years, he was already dreaming of owning a car that could dominate the streets, and he had just achieved that dream in the most spectacular way. To turn that dream into reality, Flip worked tirelessly. He took on various jobs, from working in auto shops to doing manual labor, saving every penny he could. It wasn't just about buying a car, it was about building something truly unique. In the early 2000s, Flip finally managed to purchase the 1980 Chevy El Camino. This car, with its distinct blend of muscle and style, was the perfect canvas for Flip's automotive ambitions. Owning the El Camino was just the beginning. Flip poured his heart and soul into transforming the car into a street racing beast. Countless hours were spent in the garage, upgrading the engine, modifying the body, and fine-tuning every detail to maximize performance. Flip was relentless when it came to his El Camino. He had this vision of what the car could be, and he wouldn't rest until it was perfect. It wasn't just about speed, it was about creating something that reflected his personality and passion. Under Flip's skilled hands, the El Camino underwent a dramatic transformation. He installed a powerful big-block engine, upgraded the suspension, and made countless other modifications that turned the car into a formidable opponent on the streets of Oklahoma. As Flip's El Camino roared to life, so did his reputation in the street racing scene. The car's impressive performance, combined with Flip's fearless driving, made them a formidable duo. From local races to high-stakes challenges, Flip and his El Camino quickly became legends on the streets. One of the most iconic races was against Justin Big Chief Shearer, a close friend and fellow racer. This was within the very short period that Flip made his appearance on the show. The race was a nail-biter, showcasing not only the power of Flip's El Camino, but also his exceptional driving skills. While the competition was fierce, the camaraderie and mutual respect between the racers were evident. Flip's success in the El Camino wasn't just about winning races, it was about the community he helped build. He was known for his sportsmanship and his willingness to help fellow racers. His car became a symbol of his dedication and passion for street racing. In 2013, Flip's life and the legacy of his El Camino took a dramatic turn with the launch of Street Outlaws. The show, which aimed to bring the underground world of street racing to television, quickly gained popularity. Flip, with his charisma and racing prowess, became a central figure. Flip's El Camino was a star in its own right. Viewers were captivated by its power and performance, and it became one of the most recognizable cars on the show. Flip's appearances on Street Outlaws solidified his and his car's place in racing history. Before the fame of Street Outlaws, Flip was a well-known figure in the Oklahoma street racing scene, side by side his 1980 Chevy El Camino, a car that would become his signature ride. With its distinct look and powerful engine, Flip's El Camino was a force to be reckoned with on the streets. Flip was one of those guys who just knew cars inside out. He could make anything run faster. He was fearless on the track, but he also had this infectious enthusiasm that made you want to be around him. In 2013, the world of underground street racing was about to change. Discovery Channel was launching a new show, Street Outlaws, which aimed to bring the raw and unfiltered world of street racing to television. Flip was a natural fit for the show, with his deep roots in the racing community and his larger-than-life personality. Tragically, Tyler Pretty passed away on May 28, 2013, just as Street Outlaws was beginning to gain momentum. This was at a period when the show had just filmed the first season and was warming up for the premiere. His death was a devastating blow to the racing community and his fans. However, his legacy lived on through his beloved El Camino. Flip was like a brother to many in the crew, especially Big Chief and Kamikaze. Three of them shared their childhood and were really close. Losing him was one of the hardest things they've ever experienced. But they knew they had to keep his memory alive, and part of that meant taking care of his car. So, after Flip's death, Justin Shearer took responsibility for the El Camino. For Big Chief, the car wasn't just a vehicle. It was a cherished piece of Flip's legacy. He ensured that the El Camino remained in top condition, honoring Flip's memory by continuing to race and maintain the car. As time passed, it became clear that the El Camino needed a new driver who could carry on Flip's legacy. Big Chief found the perfect candidate, Chris Kamikaze, a fellow racer and close friend of Flip. There was no better person to carry on the legacy. When Big Chief asked Kamikaze to take the car, he saw it as an honor and was determined to take really good care of it. This car meant so much to Flip and the entire racing community. Kamikaze knew I had big shoes to fill, but he was ready for the challenge. Kamikaze took the wheel of the El Camino with a sense of pride and responsibility. He continued to race and maintain the car, ensuring that Flip's spirit lived on through every race. Under Kamikaze's care, the El Camino remained a dominant force on the streets, just as it had been with Flip. In honor of Flip, the El Camino was eventually renamed the Elco. This renaming was more than just a change of name, it was a tribute to Flip's enduring legacy. The Elco continued to be a symbol of passion, dedication, and the unbreakable bond within the racing community. The renaming of the El Camino to the Elco was marked by a special tribute race. Friends, family, and fans gathered to celebrate Flip's life and the car that had become synonymous with his name. The race was a poignant reminder of Flip's impact on the racing world and the lasting legacy he left behind. Tyler Pretty's story is one of passion, dedication, and the short time we had with him on the show stands as a testament to his love for racing and his impact on those around him. Though Flip is no longer with us, his spirit lives on through the car he built and the memories he created. When Street Outlaws finally premiered on June 10, 2013, Flip quickly became a fan favorite. It was a chance for the fans and the crew to see what could have been. His no-nonsense approach and dedication to racing made him stand out. But it wasn't just his skills behind the wheel that endeared him to fans. It was his genuine love for racing and his camaraderie with his fellow racers. This is what he lived for. For Flip, racing wasn't just a sport. It was a way of life. The thrill, the adrenaline, there's nothing like it. Despite his success on the track, Flip faced numerous challenges. The life of a street racer is fraught with risks, ranging from mechanical failures to the constant threat of legal issues. In fact, he was skeptical about joining the street outlaw crew, given the reputation of street racing. But Flip's passion never wavered. He was known for pushing through adversity, always ready for the next race. One of Flip's most memorable races was against his close friend and fellow racer Justin Shearer, who was also good on the tracks. The race was spectacular, showcasing Flip's skill and determination. Though the outcome wasn't always in his favor, Flip's sportsmanship and respect for his competitors earned him widespread admiration. Off the track, Flip was a devoted family man. He shared a close bond with his wife, Amber, and together they had 4 children. Despite the demands of his racing career, Flip always made time for his family, balancing his love for cars with his responsibilities at home. Tyler was a loving husband and father. No matter how busy he was, he always put his family first. He was a big-hearted guy who cared deeply about those he loved. Unfortunately for Flip, he never lived long enough to feel the love of his fans and enjoy the thrills of racing in the tracks of street outlaws for a while. He passed away unexpectedly at the age of 31, just as Street Outlaws was beginning to gain momentum. The exact cause of his death has remained private, with those close to him choosing to honor his memory without going into the specifics. Despite his influence and popularity, the circumstances surrounding his death have remained shrouded in mystery, giving rise to a host of rumors and speculations. As of now, there has been no official statement detailing the exact cause of Flip's death, which has only fueled the ongoing conjecture among fans and the media. One of the most pervasive rumors regarding Flip's untimely death is that it was a result of suicide. This theory gained traction due to the sudden and unexpected nature of his passing. Supporters of this hypothesis point to Flip's personal struggles, suggesting that he might have been dealing with mental health issues, such as depression, that went unnoticed by those around him. The notion that his death could have been self-inflicted is a distressing one, and while it is common speculation, it remains unconfirmed by any official sources. Another rumor has it that Flip's death was accidental, possibly involving firearms. This theory emerged from reports and anecdotal evidence suggesting that Flip was a gun enthusiast. Some speculate that his death might have been the result of a tragic accident while handling a firearm, either through misfire or improper handling. This version of events is bolstered by the general understanding of the risks associated with firearm handling, particularly among those who are not professionally trained. There is also a faction of fans who believe that Flip's death could have been related to his lifestyle, including possible substance abuse. To be honest, street racing takes a lot from the racers. Given the high-octane and often stressful environment of street racing, some speculate that Flip might have turned to drugs or alcohol, which could have contributed to his death. This rumor, however, lacks substantial evidence and is primarily based on stereotypes and assumptions about the racing community rather than concrete facts. Adding to the complexity is the complete silence from both Flip's family and the Street Outlaws production team regarding the specifics of his passing. This absence of an official narrative has only intensified the speculation. Some believe that this silence is a means of protecting Flip's privacy and legacy, choosing to honor his memory without going into potentially painful details. Others think it could be an attempt to shield the family from public scrutiny and invasive media attention during a difficult time. The lack of an official autopsy report or a public statement from medical examiners has left a significant void, one that has been eagerly filled by internet forums, social media discussions, and various media outlets. If any is available, it hasn't been made public. On platforms like Reddit and Facebook, Fans and followers of Street Outlaws have shared and debated their theories extensively. These discussions often reflect broader societal issues, such as the stigma surrounding mental health and the sensationalism of untimely deaths in the media. Further complicating the matter are the various conflicting statements from those who were close to Flip. Some of his friends and fellow racers have hinted at knowing more about the circumstances of his death but have refrained from sharing details out of respect for his family's wishes. This reluctance to speak publicly has only added to the mystery, as it suggests that there may be more to the story than what has been publicly disclosed. The respect and admiration for Flip within the racing community also play a role in the reluctance to divulge details. Flip was known for his competitive spirit, camaraderie, and the passion he brought to the sport. His death left a significant void, and for many, it is more important to remember and celebrate his life and contributions rather than focus on the specifics of his passing. In the absence of official information, various unofficial narratives continue to circulate. Each theory about Flip's death reflects different facets of his life and the racing culture, whether it's the intense pressures of the sport, the personal demons that individuals may face, or the risks associated with certain hobbies. The diversity of these rumors underscores the complexity of understanding someone's life and death, particularly in the context of public figures whose lives are often partially constructed by their audience's perceptions. The continued popularity of Street Outlaws and the enduring interest in Flip's story demonstrates how deeply he impacted his fans and the broader racing community. While the exact cause of his death remains unknown, the speculation itself is a testament to the profound mark he left on those who followed his racing career. The persistent rumors and the mystery surrounding his death highlight a common phenomenon in the public's engagement with the lives of reality TV stars, where the line between public interest and personal privacy is continually navigated and negotiated. Tyler was an amazing man who loved his family and friends deeply. He lived his life with passion and left a lasting impact on everyone he met. While his time with us was far too short, we find comfort in knowing he lived life to the fullest and did what he loved. Outside his marriage, which is blessed with 4 children, he had really good relationships with his friends, as we see with Big Chief and Kamikaze. They never let the bond they shared from childhood die down, and the bond still remains to this day. Kamikaze has always made an effort to see that the Elko is well taken care of, even when it has been through several rough patches during competitions. You can find our video on the ordeals of Kamikaze and how he has been able to navigate them on the channel. Flip's death was a devastating blow to the Street Outlaws community and his fans. However, his legacy lives on through the show and the countless lives he touched. His friends and fellow racers often speak of him with admiration and respect, ensuring that his memory continues to inspire new generations of racers. Flip was one of the realest guys to have ever graced the tracks of Street Outlaws. He had this infectious energy that made everyone around him better. We miss him every day, but we also know he's with us in every race. Tyler Pretty may no longer be with us, but his spirit and love for racing endure. He remains a beloved figure in the Street Outlaws family, and an inspiration to all who chase their dreams with the same dedication he did. Rest in peace, Flip. That will be all for the video, and we will see you in the next one.